Hey everybody, welcome to the Mana League. I'm John as always, and it's time for a special update. I don't usually commentate on the news too much, but today was huge, and I thought it deserved a video. So Wizards of the Coast, out of nowhere, decided today was going to be the Spring Announcement Day, and they have announced that basically all new product releases will be announced on the Spring Announcement Day, presumably every May, and the Fall Announcement Day every year, presumably in September. At least the next one is coming up in September. So they're going to announce all of their big news twice a year. They're going to announce the name of new planes. They're going to announce new products that are going to be released, new ways of getting products, and things like that. There were 6 major announcements with a couple of sub-announcements inside of them, so we're going to jump into those announcements right now. Up first, the next set was announced. We now know that the next set will be called Kaladesh, and it's set on the plane of Kaladesh. This is Chandra's home plane that we caught some glimpses of in Magic Origins, and we've heard bits and pieces about. While Pia and Kieran Nalaar are dead, they likely won't come back. We can expect to see Chandra, we can expect to see Thopters everywhere, and of course, artifact shenanigans aplenty. They will be front and center. Could we finally get contraptions and riggers, making Steamflogger Boss a card that does something? We can hope. I wouldn't hold out hope, but we can hope. It could happen. In addition, we got some preview art of our newest Planeswalker. Her name is Saheeli Rai, and the wonders of Kaladesh are behind her. It looks fantastic. It's such a colorful plane. After Zendikar, post Eldrazi, and after Innistrad, it'll be really nice to go to a plane that has just such colors in it, and just such crazy contraptions that are there. Maybe some riggers too, who knows? But we'll see what Saheeli Rai has to say and what Kaladesh is like. Kaladesh will debut September 2nd at PAX West, with the pre-release being the weekend of September 24th and release being 1 week later, September 30th. And Kaladesh has the tagline, "Invent Your Tomorrow." The next product announcement is the second set of Kaladesh block. So immediately following Kaladesh, we will get a set called Aether Revolt with the tagline, "It's time to take the power back." So it sounds like Kaladesh is having some sort of civil war or rebel uprising or something, and it sounds like we are on the side of the rebels. We're taking the power back. There's no real other information for us to sink our teeth into about Aether Revolt other than it will be pre-released January 14th with the full release following a week later on January 20th. Starting with the release of Kaladesh, there's going to be 2 new products alongside each new set. Up first, we have something called bundles, and they'll always be called set name bundles. So we'll have the Kaladesh bundle and the Aether Revolt bundle. What's a bundle? Well, a bundle is what we know as a fat pack right now. They're more or less just rebranding it, just changing the name from Fat Pack, which is kind of vague sounding and odd sounding, and it's strange to tell somebody, oh, I got to go buy a Fat Pack. It sounds a little bit weird. They're now going to be called bundles. They're still going to have the 80-card land pack. They're going to have the box. They're going to have the player's guide, the spin down life counter, the rules reference card. But they are now going to have 10 boosters rather than 9 boosters. So we get 1 extra booster in the box. So we're getting an additional booster pack. We are going to pay for it, but it's just a $3.99 increase. So it's not like they're gouging us suddenly. We're getting an extra pack and we're paying for it. It's going to be an MSRP of $42.99. The other new product that will appear alongside each set is kind of a big one, and it's called the Planeswalker decks. And there's going to be 2 of these Planeswalker decks for each set that comes out. They're going to be replacing the intro decks, those decks that had the alternate art cards that were never really good, and the decks weren't very good, and they had 2 booster packs in it, and that was kind of the best part of it. Those are going away. Planeswalker decks are coming in, meaning that these should be available in your mass market stores like Walmart and whatnot, in addition to your local game store. These will retail for about $14.99 MSRP, and they'll have a 60-card pre-constructed deck based around 2 important planeswalkers from the set. In this case, we're obviously going to get a Chandra-focused one, and the second one might be Saheeli. It may be a planeswalker that we don't know is involved in the story yet, but we're going to get 2 of them for Kaladesh, and we'll get 2 of them for each set from now on. They will generally be 2-colored decks, and they'll be standard legal. However, and this is probably going to be confused by a bunch of people around the internet, so make sure that you do listen carefully, make sure that you do read the article carefully. I'll link to it in the show notes below. There will be 5 cards in each deck that are not in the actual set. They are not in Kaladesh. For the Aether Revolt Planeswalker decks, there are going to be 5 cards that are not in Aether Revolt. But they are going to be standard legal. You can put them into your standard deck and go to F&M. You can take the pre-constructed deck and go to F&M. And there are going to be cards that you can only get by buying these decks. Now, that's not new. There's already precedent for that. The Deck Builder's Toolkit has a bunch of cards that are not in any set. Shivan Dragon, Sarah Angel, Serendibifreet, I think. There's a bunch of these cards that are in the Deck Builder's Toolkit, and they're standard legal. They're not very good, so they don't really see play outside of super budget decks, but they are standard legal, and this is going to be the same thing. So what are those 5 cards? Well, the first card is going to be the Planeswalker. So the Planeswalker on the front of that box is not going to be the $70 Jace that's amazing in Legacy and Modern and Vintage and Commander and everything. It's going to be a Planeswalker designed specifically for this deck that probably won't be tournament playable. They have explicitly said they're not pushing these Planeswalkers. These Planeswalkers are meant to be fun and casual and for new players to get their hands on a Planeswalker really quickly. I know if I had a way when I first started playing Magic to get a $15 Planeswalker and a deck with it, I would have jumped at that. Yeah, obviously now I'm not too excited about it, but not every product is for the deeply enfranchised players. Make note of that. It's probably not for you if you're mad that you're not going to be getting Jace Vryn's Prodigy. People will be happy with these Planeswalker decks, just not us. So there will be that Mythic Planeswalker. The second card will be 2 copies of a rare spell that has an effect and tutors for that Planeswalker. There will also be 3 copies of an uncommon permanent that is enhanced by having that Planeswalker on the battlefield. There will be 4 copies of a common flavored to that Planeswalker. Think things like Garruk's Packmate and, Planeswalker name creature. Just 4 commons that are themed to it. And then there will be 4 copies of an appropriate common dual land, which will be the dual lands from Oath and Shadows. They want those Oath Shadows uncommon duals to be kind of the standard dual tap uncommon lands for good. They're going to try to keep those in standard basically forever from now on out. But yeah, these are going to be great decks. I think they're a fantastic replacement to the intro decks, which were horrible. At least now new players are going to get their hands on a Planeswalker. They're going to get one of the fanciest, flashiest cards available in Magic. I think it'll be really good. I think it'll go over very well. Yeah, it might not be for me. I might not buy them. You might not buy them. But there's a lot of people that are going to be happy with this. So I think this is a good change for sure. Up next is just a small, quick announcement. We all know about Conspiracy Take the Crown, which is launching August 26th, but as a bit of new information, you will be able to purchase draft packs of it. For $11.99 MSRP, you can get a set of 3 packs ready to take to a draft with your friends, which, Conspiracy is all about drafting. You want to draft that set, so now you can easily buy 3 packs of it. Now, $11.99 is not a discount. In fact, it's 2 cents more expensive than just buying 3 loose packs. Now, I did notice that these are going to be available at mass market stores. My assumption is that these aren't really intended for game stores. I don't think your local game store will even carry this. If you go to Walmart, booster packs are not $3.99 MSRP. They usually go for like $4.99 or even $5 because they have the extra cardboard. So this 3-pack is actually a discount for Walmart. So again, this isn't really for the deeply enfranchised players. I think this is just a great way to get new players really interested in draft. They're going to see these 3 packs. They're going to see this Conspiracy set, which I don't think was available in mass market stores. And we may get a whole brand new generation of drafters out there. So yeah, not a big change for me, not a big change for most of you, but it will be a cool change for a lot of people out there. Next up is an announcement for the Commander players out there. Commander 2016 edition has been announced. It will be releasing November 11th, and they'll be fronted by 4-color legendary commanders. Everybody has wanted 4-color legendary commanders forever. In fact, a lot of playgroups say that the Nephilim are legendary. They just say that so that you can get your 4-color commander deck. Well, now you're going to have an official way of having a 4-color commander deck by having one of these 5 decks. They will be out, as I said, November 11th, 2016. There will be 56 brand new Eternal Legal cards, and they will retail for $34.99 MSRP. I know I had seen some questions about whether or not Planeswalker dual decks were still going to be a thing, and they're still going to be a thing. On September 2nd, we can expect to see Nissa versus Ob Nixilis. Very little information has been released about this other than it's releasing September 2nd, and it will be fronted by Ob Nixilis and Nissa. My assumption is that it will be Ob Nixilis Reignited and Nissa Voice of Zendikar. Unless we get one of those in Kaladesh, we probably won't be seeing any other versions of them than the ones from Zendikar block. They will retail for $19.99, just like dual decks always have. Dual decks, they're still around. Planeswalker ones still exist. Just a quick little announcement. Finally, the last announcement is that we have a new Anthologies set. So Dual Decks Anthologies was a very popular collector's item. It was a little bit limited print run, but it's designed to be a collector's item. I'm not too upset about that. So now we're going to get Plane Chase Anthology. Plane Chase is a fun little Magic variant meant for many people to play, preferably a full set of 4 people playing it. And there were plane cards that were sort of enchantments that affected everybody, and they would randomly change based on a die roll. Very fun little variant that hasn't seen much love lately. But these are going to be all of the previous Plane Chase products in one single collection. There will be 4 ready-to-play 60-card decks from Plane Chase 2012 edition, 86 oversized planar cards, 4 deck boxes, an oversized deck box for the planar cards, 35 double-sided tokens, which is really cool. I love double-sided tokens. A special edition planar die, 4 spin down life counters, and a strategy insert. Yeah, as I said, Plane Chase is really fun. It hasn't gotten much love recently, so being able to get this into the hands of maybe some new players, but probably just the real diehard Plane Chase players is still going to be good. It is going to cost you. It is going to MSRP for $149.99, but this is going to be one of those really nicely constructed fancy boxes. They're going to be limited print run. It's going to be a collector's item, and if you want to play Plane Chase, this is probably going to be the best way to just jump right on into it with everything. So that's going to wrap it up for my daily update on the Magic Spring Announcement Day update. You can expect to see another one of these videos in 6 months or so when we roll around to the fall update. I guess it's not exactly 6 months away, but you can expect to see that. Definitely let me know what you think of these announcements. What's your favorite announcement? Are you excited about the Planeswalker decks? Are you excited to finally see what Kaladesh is like in full? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at The Mana Leak. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. And you can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/TheManaLeak, as well as Twitch at twitch.tv/TheManaLeak. You've already found me here on YouTube. Make use of that comment section down below. If you enjoy my videos, click that thumbs up icon, click that subscribe button so that you can see all the latest videos as they get posted. But if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see y'all next time.